All right. Well, let's get her going. There it is. Welcome in, folks. How's it going? Welcome to the final day of Dragon Quest XI. It is part 26, if my count is correct. If it's not on YouTube, you'll know I fucked up. Part 26, day 26, depending on when want to take it. Man, what a game, but it all must end eventually. Hello, Doppel. Welcome in. How's it going? Got my shit untangled here. We have done pretty much all of the side stuff. Oh, there is one thing we wanted to do. We want to go back into the sewers under the ruins of Dundrasil, because we didn't check there, and that's one of the places that there was a big story thing, so chances are there's probably something there. We're going to go check it out. And then we're going to go fight Kalasmos and see what happens. And if we get our asses kicked, well, might have to do some grinding, which will be unfortunate, but we've been doing pretty good at the level we're at, so I don't think we'll need to. Yesterday I did do a little bit of grinding, and by grinding I mean I just stole a bunch of Serpent's Eyes, or Serpent's Orbs, whatever they're called, to make the new sets for Jade and Rab. As you can see, Jade's got a brand new outfit. It's totally different, which is pretty rad. Yeah, I should be fine with the Kalasmos fight. I don't expect anything crazy. Do we still need charm on this? Does it have more charm? It does not. I guess more charm is not bad. She doesn't need attack. She's good on attack. And I did get them to +3, which is very nice. Not that it made a huge difference, but it is good to have. So we'll see. But yeah, let's go check the ruins of Dundrasil. Where is that? That's by Octagonia, right? Dundrasil, there it is. Check that out and see what happens. This might be a short stream. If it's literally just go there and fight the boss, this might be like an hour-long part with 3 hours of discussion. Which, you know, if that happens, so be it. Although I don't think it's taken 3 hours to discuss anything we played. But we can switch to another game if we need to. Do I have Chrono Trigger installed? I don't think, depending on if we end like super early for Dragon Quest XI, I might jump directly into Chrono Trigger, because I do have it installed. I haven't tested it to see if it runs. It should run, but you know, you never know with the port. Yeah, or we could play Monster Hunter for 3 hours, or Final Fantasy XIV for 3 hours, whatever it is. We have, oh, Jesus Christ. Jump scared. Where the fuck did this guy come from?
Let's do this.
He dropped out of the tree. Alright. Perhaps with one of your good friends or reluctantly adopted children. Oh, you want to play some wilds together? We can do that. Fine. This guy's a lot of defense. There is an afterward after the boss fight. Don't know how long it is. Okay. We should have time for it no matter what it is. There we go.
Well, that.
I assume there's not like much gameplay after the boss fight. It's just like wrapping things up narratively. That would make sense. Gotta have some sort of epilogue. It's nice when RPGs have an epilogue, because that's actually kind of rare. Final Fantasy VII, I'm looking at you. Oh, are these the same guys? I think they are. I didn't know they spawned here. Huh. Well, now we know. I did also discover yesterday, I played some more Wilds off stream just because I felt like it. And I did discover that I no longer need to use upscaling because the game has been optimized enough that I can just run it at native resolution. And it still runs like, it only runs like a little bit worse, which was a shock. Still have to use frame gen, but it looks better than it did, that's for sure. It's this way, right? I guess we could check the Altar of Souls, and maybe there's something there. Thought you were gonna say I no longer need to use a shield. No, I actually tested out some weapons on that didn't have shields. Like I tried Tempered New Udra and Greatsword, and I fucking carded and failed the quest. So I am pretty rusty at using weapons that I can't shield with. Oh, it's locked. All right. Oh, okay. I guess we never technically did this, right? Because this was in Act 2. So, Pappy is still down here. Bad news for Pappy, because I'm about to do a lot of damage to him. Malicious Gloomnivore? Yeah, probably something like that. Probably fight that guy again. And then El Capitan. Oh, or he's just here. Alright. Oh, both at once, maybe? Father!
I'm starving. Give me fresh misery to feed on before I waste away. Come, despair for me.
Hey! What are you doing? Leave that poor man alone!
You tell him.
Fresh meat. And delivered right to my door, no less. The Dark One is a benevolent master indeed. His return has filled me with a power greater than ever before. And he will bring about such suffering that I will feast for an eternity. Not that I haven't been enjoying the meal at hand, of course.
I can't tell if that's a different color than it was before. Lighting in here is weird.
For many a delicious year, ever since his kingdom fell.
Surely not. Erwin!
Father!
A great man, and a fine warrior too. And, most importantly of all, your father.
This one's misery is just exquisite.
Of this version of the Dark One, you spend Act 1 and 2 thinking it's Morrigan, but it's actually
His
Kalasmos.
family gone,
Yeah.
betrayed, dying alone.
I wonder if that's just because there's a new Dark One in this timeline, or if because it was always Kalasmos. I would have to go back and like comb through dialogue to see if they ever referred to the Dark One as Morrigan specifically.
But
I think you might be right, 'cause I don't know if they ever do.
Feasts must come to an end. It is time to move on to the next course. How does your despair compare, I wonder? Hold still while I sample its delights.
Hey, I got Veronica back. There's no despair in here.
Die.
Oh, no, it is just him. Okay.
Your nightmares are
Oh, our magical power went down. Well, good thing we have a lot of that going around in this party. Not.
So much power!
Okay. Let's do Kabuff. Keep talking about the Return of the Dark One will make them more powerful, even though Morrigan was out and about while possessing King Carnelian. Okay, yeah, that's fair. That is very fair. Let's just get this going. Hendrik, do your job. How much does this do? Oh, it's 1-to-1 for healing? That's really good, actually. Alright, good to know. That's really good to know. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that hurt. Almost as good as a crit heal? True. Owie zowie. Well, as fun as that is, I don't think it does more damage than multi-feat, so here we go! Nope. Not even close. Multi-feat does like 3 times as much. Don't hit Serena again. Thanks. I'll take Hendrik's death, that's fine. Let's do... Yeah, we'll just do Kazing. Heal with Freelance.
My thanks.
You kill. Yeah, Forbearance is really good if you can get Serena to heal before the enemy can hit them again. The reason I didn't want to do it with Hendrik again was because I was worried that he was gonna get hit before Serena could heal him, which is the danger. But otherwise, yes, it's an extremely good combo, assuming Hendrik can survive it. We have Omni Heal for this.
Sir Hendrik!
My thanks.
Fantabulous. And that's the game.
Well, that was easy.
I haven't used my skill points. I kind of forgot about that. Do I need any of these? I don't think I do. Man, remember when 10 MP for Starburst Throw was like a lot? The good old days. Over leveled for the win, exactly. I put in all that damn time, and I'm getting my dividends. I kind of don't need any more particular abilities. But kind of good. Remember when Sizz cost half your MP bar? I do. Good times, good times. Get all the charm skills for Jade, because why not? Alright. Papa, we didn't need to kill you this time. Oh, it is a different color. It's silver.
Where am I? Wait. Those eyes. I'd know them anywhere. Son. Is it really you? It was
Hello
you
again.
who saved me, wasn't it?
I don't know why, but from the side it kind of looks like the hero is not really looking at him.
Erwin, you're back.
Sort of how anime eyes sort of break down
You're back
at a
to
side
your
profile.
old self at last.
So it looks like he's looking past him. Oh yeah, we still haven't found Erdwin's shield. I keep forgetting about it.
Our son has freed you. Despair no longer holds you captive.
I don't know where else to look.
Join me after all these years.
I am, my love. I am.
We've started recording in an empty auditorium. That's how you know I'm dead. Listen to that echo.
My dear son, my darling boy. Many hardships await you. Many trials lie ahead.
But we got most of the trials done,
You
actually.
must not stray
We're
from
pretty
your
much done there.
path. You must not falter. Let the light of hope, the light inside you, be your guide.
Yeah, at this point, just tell me where Erdwin's shield is.
We will always watch over
Because,
you.
I have no idea where to start.
Farewell.
I'm probably
my
not even going to
darling.
use it, because I'm rocking the
I
dual swords
love
right now.
you so much.
Unless he got some really good abilities. Oh, it's the 100 mini medals reward? Oh, well. Never mind then.
Goodbye, my little one. Goodbye, Erwin. I hope both of you find peace at last.
Oh. Erwin's helm. Cool. And whatever this is. Princess's Pledge. What is that? Is that, Oh, it's an important item? A key item. Ah, what the hell do we do with this? I don't know. You can farm mini medals off of the penny pinchers and the trials. Oh, okay. That's nice. Still not going to do that because that's going to take a bunch of time, but... Quickly equip this just to unlock the glam. Daddy's boy. Alright. I do like that color. I wasn't crazy about the teal before, but I do prefer this. I'm gonna stick with Erdwin's look though. I do like Erdwin's fit. Do I use this to get through the door? I maybe present it to that one person and then the door opens? Nice, Toaster. I'm so glad the gem drop rates in Wilds are better than they were in World. Holy shit, in World was it bad. I saw some people in the subreddit being like, man, I wish they would go back to the World drop rates, and I'm like, you shut your whore mouth. I like actually being able to consistently get gems. Nope, that is still locked. Princess Pledge seems to be a reference to Dragon Quest 1, and it was your XP tracker in that game. Oh, is it just a reference? Is that all it is? If I use it, does something happen? I hear a woman's voice. My dearest darling baby boy, that we may be apart, I'm forever by your side. Alright, cool. Moving on. All I hear about people like the older games is telling me that they hate themselves. Yeah, like I mentioned before, I think almost all Monster Hunter veterans are masochists. Because everything they say they miss about old Monster Hunter games would make me like not want to play Monster Hunter anymore. So I actively hope they don't get their way. Kind of weird that you can't go through that gate over there. That's just locked permanently in Act 3. That's a bit odd. I, as a veteran of the old games, hate myself. Well, at least you're honest. I can respect that. Alright. I think we are ready to go. At least I don't lie about who I am and call myself a casual. True. Very true. Gotta be honest with yourself. Alright. Let's do it. Oh, you know what? There is one weird thing. Rab still doesn't have a fucking outfit, besides his parade one. Everybody else has like 5 different outfits. Eric has at least 2. He's got 1 that's a recolor, so 2 total. Veronica gets a bunch. Rab gets a bunch. Jade gets a bunch. It's really only like Sylvanda that just doesn't get any. I'm an FF14 casual. All of my disciples have landed at 160. You're not a casual when it comes to crafting, that's for sure. All right. Let's do it. I don't think there's anything I'm missing. Both pieces can be forged from the breastplate poke of the Dapper Chap is obtained by completing the quests Skincare for the Fierce and Fabulous in Octagonia. Okay. He is like the only one who doesn't have a unique outfit, so I am gonna go see if I can do that. Unless it's a pain in the ass. Glam gear for go-getters. Madame Labouche's life lesson. Do I have that one? Yeah, we got this one a while ago, but we don't know how to complete it. Oh, and you just talk to somebody in Don Rodrigo's house. Okay. I don't know why Sylvando gets the short end of the stick of just being able to find these fucking places, but alright. Oh, I already have this one. Placed by a waterfall near the ruins of Dundrasil. Oh. Mellow Vera. I was just there. Fuck. We gotta at least get a little drip for our boy. Before we finish the game off. Alright. Sparkly spots. I think I might have to go into the ruins proper. Unless this question mark one is the one I'm missing, but I think I have to go into the ruins. Oh, does it have to be an orange one for this one? Okay. I wasn't sure if it was one that needed a specific, like, rare drop or something, or if it was a key item drop. Nope, I already did that. Alright, it says the waterfall, so I think I have to go to the actual ruins. Unless it's like, why are you dropping out of the sky? I don't have time for you. Go away.
Victory will be ours.
Oh, you bitch. Alright. Now you die. Now you must die. You must die.
Thanks.
Oh, and if you talk to Golden Boy, okay. Talk to go.
Jade!
So all of his outfits are like locked behind side quests. That's kind of weird.
Excellent.
Bit of an odd choice. I mean, I'm sure there's other outfits that I've missed, but it feels weird that like everyone kind of gets one through the story or like through, you know, main quest line content, except for Sylvando. He's the only one that gets jack shit. Alright, I think it has to be in the ruins itself, because he did say it was the ruins. Like I said, there's still lots of side content in this game that we haven't done. But, I'm not going to do absolutely everything. Maybe it's not in here. Maybe it is outside. A place by a waterfall near the ruins of Dundrasil. Try a few of the sparkly spots in that area and I'll turn up soon enough. It says to try some of the sparkly spots. It mentions multiple, so I'm not sure if it's an orange one. Again, I don't know where these guys are dropping from. Scares me every time. I'd recommend the one where you speak to his father. All right, we'll do that, and we'll do the Ocgonia one because those are easy. Once I do this one, since I'm here. Hey, there we go. Need it. To an Octagonia. I always find it funny that you actually teleport off the back of the horse. Like your horse stays there. Just in the wilderness somewhere, left to fend for itself. Here we go. Cervantes the Servant? Or... Monsters don't attack horses, it'll be fine. Sure. I'll choose to believe that. There's also a shit ton of stuff in the casinos that I didn't touch. I tried to do Pachinko for a little bit, and then I was like, I don't really know if there is a strategy, so I'm just gonna stop. Or I lose absolutely everything. For a second, I thought that was the seer, and I was like, huh? There he is. Alright. And... to Puerto Valor. What the game doesn't tell you is that the final boss is actually a fit check. Your drip is unsatisfactory, then the fight is much harder. Let's see, is this guy? Gonzalez. Nope. You guys in here, maybe? Ah, here we go. Just gives it to you. Alright. Yeah, the less glam you have, the more damage the boss does. That's 100% how it works. Oh! Alright, well, we're off to a great start. Also, is that actually better than what we have? Or what we were wearing before? Sure is. Alright, well, it's a good thing we did this. Glam or not. It's a little less defense, but way more agility. Okay. What else can we make here? Interesting. Okay, so these are a recolor. Sure. I don't really need to do this well, but... I'm gonna anyways, because it's about the principle. Probably gonna rock the one that the servant gave us, but we'll at least see what this looks like. Good enough. Oh, can I upgrade the cowboy outfit? That's a good question. Let's find out. Nope. One level. Alright. Oh, it's a accessory, okay. Okay, I'm not crazy about the bright yellow and blue pants. Yeah, we're gonna rock this one though. This one still slaps. Yeah, it said that this was exclusive to Definitive Edition, which is hey, that's pretty much the only one you can get nowadays, so that works out. Or at least I assume that's the edition you get nowadays. Alright. Everyone is dripped out. We're good to go. Let's do it. That was all we needed. Let's go ram ourselves into that lantern and see what the fuck happens. Here we go. Begin the final battle with Kalasmos. Yes. Go, Bismarck. Use the etheric ram. Oh, it actually takes Sylve's headgear off for the cutscenes. Ooh. What a pretty arena. Now this is a final fight for a JRPG.
Have come, ink dragon spawn.
Is that you, Zeromus? Oh, he's got a helmet.
I am Kalasmos, born of the void.
Actually, I think this guy is Zeromus. Ew. Got a Gallon gun on. Are you actually an alien? Because you're giving alien vibes.
The evil radiating from him, it's almost unbearable.
Ink dragon begat Yggdrasil. I shall destroy the world tree. The void shall consume you all.
Your lack of spacing is hard, making it hard to read your dialogue. Yeah, Born of the Void.
Hope to best such a foe may seem pure
That would explain an alien.
but we cannot flinch or falter. We are our world's last and only hope.
Can we really do this?
Sure.
Oh, honey, you better believe we can.
That's the spirit.
Come on. We've waited our whole lives for this moment.
We'll win, all right. He won't know what hit him.
Yeah.
Well, laddie, this is it. It's time to do what you were born
No
to
words
do.
from Eric?
Ready?
Alright. Nope, never mind.
Here it comes. The final showdown. Let's
Looks
do
like you're
this.
featuring like every character except for him. That's kind of fucked up. He gets the last word. You know, this scene is very familiar. As someone who has played Final Fantasy XIV for reasons I won't explain because of spoilers.
Come, children of light, give yourselves to darkness. Soon, all shall
I wonder what
know
companion
the
will betray you for Klasmus's power. I'll be pretty upset.
The void shall consume your
Alright. So I do remember that when we went to the... I forgot to fucking heal. God damn it. I totally forgot about healing. Alright, well. Here we go. I do remember that we have to use the Supreme Sword of Lights to break his barrier. It said so in the trials area. Alright, that was a lot of damage all at once. That hurt. Okay. It's the Supreme Sword of Light, I believe. Nope. Super Sword of Light. There we go. Cell, is that you?
Perhaps I underestimated you.
I'll have to click.
Your fate is already sealed.
This guy is very Cell adjacent. Now, that's the proper boss fight music. Okay. Oh, I choose his arms as well. Okay. Let's get rid of the cannon first.
Jade! Thanks.
Hopefully, Freelance won't need too much MP for this fight. I forgot to heal. Ooh, okay. Don't like that. Uh-oh. Don't die. No, that's not good. Okay. Fine, we can get her back up.
I shan't let you down.
I'm actually gonna pop out Hendrik here. Let's pull in Rab.
Why don't I show you how it's done?
Uh-oh. Who's the hero? Yep.
I'm angry.
Alright. We'll live.
Heavens, hear me.
This is the final boss, it's true. Gotta pull out all the stops for this guy. He's got a lot of health, as expected. Okay. And maybe should have focused on the claw first. Oh, Darklings, I see. Okay. Can you... I cannot wake Freelance up. That sucks. Let's see how much right it... I don't know, we'll use Infinite Wisdom first. Let's buff up while we have a moment here. Then we'll use Right as Rain. Took a cold breath. Hey, he's awake. Let's use Lightning Storm of the Darklings. Get rid of them first. That did less damage than I would have hoped. Now you know what, we'll use Giga Gash. Hey, alright. Got rid of his cannon. That'll help a lot. Uh-huh. I have a feeling I probably want to stop that. That hurts. Alright, 40 HP a turn is not very much. Let's revamp again. That's about to wear off. If I can get rid of those Darklings. Yes, I can. Fantastic. And we'll do... Hopefully this is enough for Freelance. It might not be. I may come to regret that. Ooh, okay, I think this this arm is higher physical defense. Alright, she's alive.
Time to call this a night.
Good, 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 good.
Chin up.
If I have to, I can swap out Freelance for someone else, because I might run out of MP here. I think Crackle might actually be better in this circumstance. Oh yeah, way better. Jesus. He's probably strong against Dark. That makes sense. Oh. Part of his mask, I can see a little pudgy face. Hey, alright. That is the arms taken care of. I'm sure those will come back eventually. That is a problem for future me. Miss. Fantastic. Can we finally get rid of the poison on Shade?
This helps.
We have a moment here. I don't know what to do, Jade. Oh, God, that's so much damage. Jesus. You really want to be laughing right now because both of your arms are busted. I would be considerably less confident at this stage of the game.
Look after yourself.
Thank you.
Alright, yeah, I'm gonna swap out the hero. Or... let's get Eric in here.
Here goes nothing.
Alright, Kabuff. Eric, you know what to do. Ooh, and Pep, you say? Unfortunately, take a turn to revamp again because your buffs are wearing off. Okay, your buffs are gone. Get those back up. Fine. That seems bad. Oh, well, shit. Alright, fine. That's the way you want to be, so be it.
It's showtime.
It's getting pretty low too. I'm gonna have to swap her out for Hendrik maybe.
Let infinite wisdom flow forth.
Hey!
Of course he did that on the turn that I spent buffing. Fine, we eat those. Okay, we ate more of that than I thought. It's okay.
All right.
Thanks.
Nice. Huge damage. Ah, there it is. Had to happen eventually. Well, Eric, this seems like a job for you. Or Rab can also do it. That works too.
This'll make your blood run cold.
Hey, here's the rest of his mask. Oh, he's really got a baby face. That is a full-blown baby face. Alright. Let's do Klasmos. That's so many damage numbers. Oh my god. I don't even know what took what, but the Darklings are gone. That's what matters. Jesus Christ. We could use Hymn of Ice here. He does have a lot of, he does that Ice Breath attack, which is annoying. Sure.
I hope this helps. Ooh.
He doesn't do it consistently, so I don't know if that'll super duper help, but help a little bit at least.
Nice.
Alright. Cannon down again. Keep spamming Crackle because it does a shit ton of damage. There's the claw down. Fantastic. Couldn't even use it. Right. Let's do the time warp again. Right up again. Go ahead and multi-heal.
Cheers!
I could also insulate here. No, we'll insulate.
Get you down!
That'll help additionally. Does this count as a breath attack? I don't know if it does, but I choose to believe I made the right choice. He's also got a buff on him, or a debuff on him, and I don't know what it does. Is double down still my best option here? I think it might be. Oh, susceptibility to status ailments. Yeah, he does look like a giant fat baby, cosplaying as Cell from DBZ. That is my assessment as well. Let's revamp. I might have to swap Jade out soon. She's almost tapped on MP. Eric's damage is still not great considering he has to take a turn to divide, when Jade can just hit him with multi-feed every turn and do about as much damage, if not more. Poor Eric. Yep, keep crackling. Might swap her out for Veronica here soon. Low on MP. Don't like that. I'll take the MP though. Alright. Cool, thanks. Big move.
Thanks.
Oh, time stops for everyone but Eric. Huh. Not good. Hey, Waffle. Welcome in. Does he just get to go like 9 times here? Is there anything I can do here? Great. Well, second verse same as the first. Oh, we got him. Good shit, Eric. Hell yeah. That wasn't too bad. We adequately prepared. Phase 2. We still haven't seen Idrisil turn into a dragon yet.
By mere humans. Twice. But know this, the dark cannot be erased, for without it, light cannot exist. My body may die, but my spirit shall live on. I shall endure.
Her death is so much more violent than everyone else's.
Light, foul light, hideous. Why do you burn so bright?
You know his voice, it's pitch shifted down, I'm pretty sure. But it almost makes me, it almost sounds like Prosy D, but I think it's because of the pitch shifting. I doubt it's actually him, but it might be. Sungwon, I think his name is. Or Sungwon. I don't remember. We did it! The happiest ending.
It's over. It's really over this time. The last great evil is gone. Our world is safe at last.
What began with Erdwin and his companions so long ago finishes here today, with us. What are you looking so serious for? We should be celebrating.
Am I supposed to be looking at the mark that is currently covered up on my hand?
I get it. You're thinking of her, aren't you? You want to go and help her.
Oh, are we gonna go help the,
What are we waiting
the
for?
timekeeper? What's her name? Serenica? That is still a hanging plot thread. So pretty.
You have come again, wanderers. And you have succeeded in your quest. Shadows no longer hang heavy over
Had dinner, missed the boss fight. Alright.
evil has been.
It was a good fight, but we were well prepared.
But if this is so, why have you returned? What brings you here now, when all is as it should be at last?
He's back. He's free.
thou...
Oh. Are we gonna let her go back to save Erdwin?
Thou wouldst have me return there?
Interesting. I kinda dig it. She's the one character that didn't get a happy ending. Well, Jasper still died, but yeah. Hey, your sword didn't break. That thing's made out of tougher stuff. Oh, so the timeline does stay.
Thank you, Luminary.
I hope she finds him.
She just disappeared. Why can't I shake the feeling this has all happened before?
Interesting. They kind of waffle on the idea of whether or not it's a new timeline or not. With the Dark One defeated and their journey at an end, Freelance and his companions return home. Because they keep mentioning, like, there's a sense of deja vu, but then also, like, we're still clearly here, our own selves. So I guess memory is kept or something? Oh, hey! Casual clothes. Love my swords, though. Morning, my little treasure. I was worried you were going to spend the whole day in bed. It's another wonderful sunny day, so you'd be out there enjoying it. You're the one who brought the light back, after all. So go out and greet the world. Everyone will be happy to see you. I know they will. Are they all here? Big epilogue sequence. Dr. Gemma? Remember the first time you set off on your adventure? I was so worried I stayed up all night making you a charm to keep you safe. Feels like ages ago now, doesn't it? Yeah, sure does. Was that, what, 3 months ago? And to think you ended up saving the world. We just thought you were off to Heliodor. But even though you're a big hero now, to me you'll always be Freelance. Wherever you go, I'll always be waiting for you in Cobblestone. Now that Pride Month is over, what's your opinion on gays? Can't stand them. It's not Pride Month anymore, I can say that. The mask comes off. I've been a homophobe the whole time! Hell yeah, brother.
It's so
Joke,
nice to see you again.
by the way. For those
feels
immune
like
to
an age
sarcasm.
now since we defeated the Dark One, doesn't it? Now, let's get down to business, shall we?
Yeah, I'm gonna change my name to the
We've been
homophobic
worried
Freelance.
that your life might be lacking purpose now things have quietened down. Do you remember the vision we saw some time ago? The one where Serenica and the Watchers sent Kalasmos up to his prison in the sky?
I do remember that.
Well, afterwards, Serenica took the Sword of Light back to its rightful resting place in the heart of Yggdrasil, didn't she?
Yes?
So, we were thinking, what with the sword being such a symbol of Erdria's newfound peace and everything,
Thank you for the
we should
street,
do as
Quabble.
Serenica did. We should return it to the World Tree for safekeeping.
We know how attached to it you are, but we couldn't help thinking it would be safer with Yggdrasil.
I have another one.
And besides,
I have a spare.
we wouldn't want you losing it, would we? So what do you say? Shall we take the Sword of Light back to where it belongs?
Sure.
That's
I got lots of swords.
spirit. Right, we're ready when you are, so just let us know when you want to set off.
Spider with rabies was easier than I think I expected.
But it's quite a way to
That is fair.
Yggdrasil and back.
My brain
Why
gets
don't you
rotted
go
by
and
the
say your
worst shit.
goodbyes,
You're
and we'll
nothing
wait
but
here for
brain
you.
rot. You're the space between your ears is very fertile. Oh, sail my goodbyes, huh? Well, I kind of talked to Gemma and everyone else I don't really care about. To be perfectly honest. Gemma and my mother are really the only significant characters here. I guess there's Noah. You did the deed and battled the Dark One. Nice work, fella. I'd like to think you couldn't have done it without the help I gave you. Speaking of which, you might have a bit of gossip to share if you're interested. Sure. Oh, he got married. Good for you. Why are you keeping your marriage a secret? Ah. Andy. I guess I'll talk to my mother again. Planning on heading off again, are you? We've only just got back after all the time away. You never sit still, could you? Well, at least there aren't any monsters around anymore, but still, you need to be careful and make sure you come back in one piece. Unless there's something randomly out there that's stronger than Klasmos, I think I'm okay. I think I have this. Alright, let's boogie. That's a touch for Yggdrasil with Veronica and Serena. Cutscene. Is Veronica going to get restored to her proper age finally? Now that they don't have to have a model for it? Yeah, the people causing the monsters should show up are gone, so no need for any of that. We're all done. The world is at peace. Jesus Christ, is history's strongest twink. Sure. Let's put this baby back in here, and that'll be the end of that.
Coming here brings back a lot of memories, doesn't it? It's such a special place.
Yeah, I got betrayed here twice.
At first there was nothing. Then came the light. That's how the books of legend begin. The world was a
I guess I didn't get
cold,
betrayed, I got ambushed.
desolate wasteland. And then light dawned. It was the gift of the World Tree, and it gave birth to Erdrea, our beautiful home. This is where it all began. This is the source from which the river of life flows. I think it's time, don't you? Time to return the Sword of Light to its rightful resting place.
The death of Klasmos, does that mean there will be no more luminaries, meaning no one else will be able to get the sword? Maybe? I'm not sure Klasmos is directly linked to the luminary. I mean, they say it is, but I don't know if it actually is. But my assumption is that you're correct, that this thing's just locked in here until something else happens. There's the dragon. Kind of thought you would factor into the gameplay, but no, you're just in a cutscene.
So you have come at last.
And you talk.
Welcome, children of the light. I am the being your kind once called the Yggdragon. Yggdrasil and I are one and the same. Long
You are
ago,
going to explain this, thank God.
I did battle with Klasmos. I was defeated. my radiance was extinguished. I had been the source of all light. Without me, the world grew dim. Until finally, darkness reigned entirely. But that was not the end. The Watchers, my erstwhile comrades in arms, came to my aid. The time that had been torn from me was set in motion once again.
Pardon?
I shed my old form and took on a new one. That of Yggdrasil. And I set about creating this world.
I wonder if Eagletap was in that group? Maybe. He is very old.
How long have I waited for true heroes to appear?
Yeah, us three and no one
This
else.
story to an end. I could
Kind
not
of weird that's
defeat
none of the characters
Kalasmos,
here, but whatever.
nor could Erdwin before you. No, it fell to you to vanquish him once and for all. Luminary, you are the one. The savior of Erdrea. I hereby confer upon you the title of Erdrick, mightiest of heroes. Know this,
All right.
Erdrick.
Actually getting a name at the very end of the story, that's interesting.
Day without night.
As like a title, that's cool.
One day, the darkness will surely rise again. None can say when, nor what form it might take. Perhaps I myself may even succumb to the night. But one thing we can know for certain. These things will never die. Love and courage. Even should the worst come to pass, and darkness consume my soul, a hero will surely arise to take the sword in hand once more.
Makes sense considering that's exactly what the Luminary was. It was a response to the Dark One. So, yeah, if something shows up, hero will just pop up again.
And the echoes of that hero's valor shall ring through the ages.
Oh. Interesting. Dragon Quest XII teaser. Ooh, that's fun. I like that. That's a great way to be sort of establish like a continuous universe. I mean, it's not the first Dragon Quest that did that, right? Aren't the first 3 games all connected? That's cool. That's fun. And I mean, it makes sense, right? They sort of established like, yeah, if a big bad shows up, a hero just pops up to fight them. I mean, that's classic, you know, Japanese video game fantasy logic. That's the Legend of Zelda series right there. Well, there you go. There's Dragon Quest XI. Tale of Erdrick, Dragon Quest 1 through 3. There's more? Oh, is there? Oh, this is a fun little thing showing like the history of Dragon Quest. I assume this is like Dragon Quest 1. That's neat. Wait, isn't Erdrick the name we just got? Is this a prequel to 1 through 3? Or is there a connection there? I don't know much about Dragon Quest 1 through 3, so... Oh yeah, Dragon Quest 1, Dragon Quest 2. Okay, that's cool. That's a really cool way to do that. Fun way to show the history of the franchise. And I mean, you gotta, right? Dragon Quest is iconic. Maybe not as much as Final Fantasy here in the West, but if you're an RPG fan, you gotta know about Dragon Quest. Hey, Arsai. Yeah, I just tuned in for the credits. We just finished. You were conferred the title of Erdrick from the past Erdrick slash Erdwin. Oh, so is this a sequel to 1 through 3? Is that the implication? Fair to say Dragon Quest 1 was one I finished on the OG NES hardware. Nice. Yeah, they are classics. I think I do eventually one day want to play Dragon Quest 1 through 3, the remakes. Slash remasters. Because they are on Steam. It's supposed to be a distant sequel. Okay, that's cool. It's like far enough that, you know, it's not like a direct sequel. You don't have to worry too much about like timeline shenanigans. Which is always a fun way to do it. Fun way to reference the old games. But yeah, there's Dragon Quest XI. What a good game. Is there more Dragon Quest on the horizon? Eventually, maybe. Not in the immediate future, because we're going to play Chrono Trigger. And then if we finish, depending on how quickly we finish Chrono Trigger, we might play FF6. Finally get a VOD for that. Because that won't be a blind playthrough since we've technically played FF6 already. Are there more dragons on my quest? Eventually, there might be. But yeah, I think I'll eventually play Dragon Quest 1 through 3, because the remakes are on Steam, so it'll be pretty easy. And then yeah, we'll see if we play other Dragon Quests. Questies nuts. Serenica was directly in the game along with Morkant and Drustin, and there was the Time Sphere on the epilogue. True, yeah. But yeah, there's Dragon Quest. Final rating? I'm gonna give it... It's at least an 8 out of 10. At least. I'm tempted to give it a 9. Because I'm genuinely trying to think of, like, any issues I had with the game. And I'm not coming up with much. You're not the first person to suggest putting it on the FF RPG scale. So I might add to that document and start adding Dragon Quest games in there. That'll just be like the JRPG document. But yeah, this game was really, really good. It is extremely rare that I can play a game for almost 100 hours in one playthrough and like not be tired of it by the end of it. I can't remember the last RPG I played, or just game in general I played, where that happened. This game stayed fresh for just about the entire game. Gotta pretend like it's the same series. I won't be doing that, because they'll make enemies. I've made enough enemies with some of my FF takes. Yeah, I think I might give it a 9 out of 10, honestly. I can't think of anything that I, like, really didn't like, or, like, anything that bothered me. Yeah, I guess I'm soft tired of FF14, that's true. I still haven't, like, unsubbed from 14. Because I still play it semi-regularly, but I don't play it nearly as much as I used to. Yeah, Waffle unsubbed. Because he's like, I don't give a shit about my house. Who cares? Whereas I still play regularly enough Or I still have a desire to play regularly enough that I haven't unsubbed. But that's also like a game I have 2,000 hours in. I feel like it's pretty reasonable to get tired of a game after 2,000 hours. And I'm not even like that tired of it. There's just like not that much more to do. I still really enjoy 14. It's only like 3 million gil. Yeah, with how much money you have, that's really a drop in the bucket at the end of the day. Yeah, there's Dragon Quest 9. I know that's one you've talked about. Yeah, I think I'm gonna lock this in at a 9 out of 10. I think I'll give the gameplay a 9 out of 10. I think I'll give the story an 8. I did like the story. It didn't really commit any mistakes as far as story. Like, there was nothing in the story that pissed me off. Or anything that I thought was poor writing. It was pretty much just like solid, straightforward, classic JRPG writing. It knew what it was, didn't try to be anything else. It was effective. It even got me with the death of Veronica at first. I was real sad that we lost Veronica. That was upsetting. I already told a friend I'll give them like 5 to 10 mil when I resub. I already gave them 5 mil for hairstyle. Jesus. There's a remake with multiplayer for 9. We must do it for Wednesdays. Ooh, yeah, that'd be great. Co-op RPG would be a lot of fun. But yeah, like the story was a good time. I mean, that's the thing, right? Is when I rate stories, the big thing for me is like it shouldn't commit mistakes, right? That to me is the most important thing. Is if you're gonna try and go for it and you hit lofty heights, great. But if you make mistakes, that's worse than just being kind of like average. And I think that's sort of how this game shakes out. Is like it didn't try anything super duper crazy. The time travel stuff was a little funky, but it was still like fairly straightforward, and it was effective. Like I had a good time with it from start to finish. Is this Serenica and Erdwin meeting up? I assume that's what this is. Happy ending for Serenica. Hell yeah. Everybody gets their happy ending. Oh, there's 2 luminaries, right? Because we transferred our luminary power. I didn't even think about that. That's neat. Cool. A little bit more. Closing the book on Dragon Quest XI. Now she can save Erdwin from being portrayed by Morkan. Yeah. I mean, both the hero and Erdwin got screwed over by someone stabbing them in the back. So it's fairly easy to save them. Who's this? Oh, is this more Dragon Quest 12 teaser stuff?
Cooey.
Cooey?
Wakey, wakey, rise and shine.
Is that supposed to be his name? What a terrible name.
Morning, my darling. It's time to get up. Today's a very important day.
Finn! There it is. That's true, it was a red book. Gotta go read it. I hope his name is not Cooey, because oh boy. That poor bastard. Oh, it's a parent nickname? That's fair, yeah. The real name is something else. And that's Dragon Quest XI. I will record my activities in the adventure log. So if I load the game, does it just load me before, Hero of Erdrea? Yep, Cetacea. I assume there's not anything after that. Just a checkpoint. Yeah, the save on in-game was 95 hours. On Steam, it was over that. I don't know why Steam has higher playtime. That's probably just loading time. Yeah, we're at 99 hours. So I'm gonna say this was a 100-hour playthrough, which is incredibly long. But for 100 hours, boy, was it a good time. But yeah, menus and resets and all that fun stuff. All right. But yeah, yeah. So the ending scene with the mother was related to the beginning of Dragon Quest III. Oh, okay. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to tell any references to older Dragon Quests, so. Yeah, 100 hours in and did not get tired of the game. That is extremely high praise from me. Because there are a few games that I had less playtime in for a playthrough, and by the end I was like, all right, let's get this done. You know, we've been playing this for a while. Witcher 3 I never even beat. I got 70 hours deep and I just stopped. Never went back. Even Baldur's Gate 3, I did that. I got 70 hours deep and got to Act 3, and I never actually completed it until we did it on Wednesdays. By the way, if you go back to the Dresden Trials and pick the marriage option, you get to pick a lover. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think you mentioned that before. Which is fun, I guess. Pick from a few female or even male options. Oh, nice. Appreciate the options. But yeah, so 8 out of 10 for story. I think it was like a solid 8 out of 10. Wasn't too crazy, but it was a good time. Didn't commit any mistakes. Even the time travel stuff was fairly well handled. You know, it didn't go too deep into that. It was just like, basically you just go back to a checkpoint and then you get to do things with some future knowledge. And then things sort of progress from there. Didn't do anything like crazy timeline bullshit or anything like that. And then yeah, gameplay was easily a 9 out of 10. The gameplay never got boring. The building of characters was really, really solid. The skill trees, right? The character builder was like constantly updating, right? Because you start with it in Act 1 and it's pretty simple, and then it gets an increase in Act 2, and you get to Act 3 and you get even more for certain characters. Or for most characters, really. I think the only character who didn't get an Act 3 change is Jade and Rab. I think everyone else... Well, I guess Eric, technically... I don't remember. Still, it was constantly changing stuff in the character builders, was super nice. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? Is like, those two moments that you mentioned where, like, the hero does some stupid stuff. One is just like, he still remembers, he just doesn't remember right away. He just, you know, it's a dramatic moment instead of it being like a fucking Looney Tunes cartoon. And then King Carnelian trying to steal the sword, and him just like leaving it out. It's like, yeah, it's kind of dumb, but it doesn't progress the plot, right? It's not like the hero holds the idiot ball and then the plot moves forward because of it. He makes a dumb decision, but those dumb decisions don't amount to anything. You know what I mean? Like, he still does the right thing at the end. So, those don't really bother me, to be perfectly honest. I don't even count them as a negative because they don't make a difference to the plot, right? It's literally just, you know, one slightly stupid thing that ultimately came to nothing. So, that doesn't bother me. Yeah, Kalasmos bails you out by stopping him from getting the sword so that he can eventually come back. Which, like, makes sense. And, like, the scene serves a purpose, right? Because it's advancing the mystery of the Dark Tokkul. right? It's not just a random event that occurs. It's part of the plot line of what the fuck is the deal with this Dark Tokkul, and then eventually it's revealed to be Kalasmos, and it's like, oh, okay, that makes sense, right? So it all serves a purpose. There's, you know, everything is deliberate, which I appreciate. It wasn't just like a random moment for no reason. But yeah, gameplay was really good. Character building was really solid. The secret panels was an interesting way to make this more than just like a very basic skill tree. So I liked the secret panels. And then you like the constant expansion of them was really good. And then the combat itself, like the combat, you had to be pretty strategic, you know? A lot of it was still just spamming your strongest move, right? But I couldn't constantly do that in a lot of cases. I had to like mix it up every once in a while and respond to what the boss could do. Which is like really solid RPG combat. So I was very, very happy with that. It's still, I wouldn't say it's as good as Final Fantasy IV. Final Fantasy IV, I think, is still the peak. But Final Fantasy IV had a special setup with its gameplay. And it also has very basic, like, building. So that was sort of the trade-off, is like the building is kind of boring because the combat was so specially tuned to be like a puzzle that they had to make sure that you had everything that they wanted you to have at all times, right? So it's hard to make stuff as good as the combat of FF4 without taking some hits to other gameplay departments. So this, I think, was like the best of both worlds. This, I would say, is like pretty close to FF5 for gameplay. I don't know if I like it as much as FF5 because I think the building for FF5 was like a little more varied because characters could be like all different jobs and combine them in different ways. So I think that's still the peak in that department, but this is like a close second. This was very, very good. I think the game was 100 hours, and that was without doing all the side content. This is such a robust game. It is. Like, we did a fair bit of side content, but there's still, like, so much you can do. We probably did, like, 60, 75% of the side content, maybe. I maybe even only half, who knows. Because we did still, like, all the trials and stuff like that, and the Wheel of Harma, and the horse racing, and all that stuff. My face is peak? Thanks. Appreciate it. But yeah, and even like the items themselves, like the equipment was pretty basic for a while, and that started giving you like extra rider effects on the equipment. And it's like, ooh, okay, this gives me, you know, a higher chance to be hit in combat, like the Hendrix sword. Or Dresden swords. It was like, okay, so this is for like a tank, and you know, this gives you HP over time, and this gives you, you know, all these sorts of effects. So yeah, that was really, really good. No fishing in complete game. Yeah, that's why it's not a 10 out of 10. There's no fishing. As far as like what would make it a 10 out of 10, I think just like more expansion on the skill tree. I think the one thing that keeps it from a 10 out of 10, if anything, is certain skill trees are not great. Sylvando is kind of whatever. Oh, that's true. We did fish up Cetacea. It was a cutscene, though. Doesn't count. Like, Sylvando's skill tree doesn't really synergize super duper well. His top tree, once you get it in Act 3, is spectacularly good. Particularly Ladies First. But, like, everything else is kind of meh. Like, Hustle Dance is good at the start. Sobering Slap is handy. Everything else is just kind of okay. And claws. Claws were another thing that were very poorly handled. Every character that had claws, if you spec'd into that tree, were just at a strict disadvantage. Because of how attack scaling with abilities works for claws. Because it's off the base value of attack. Which for claws is lower because they hit twice per attack. So all of your abilities would just do less damage. And it just was never worth it over using any other weapon. Which is not great. So I think if that had been fixed, I could maybe consider giving this a 10 out of 10 for gameplay, but yeah. Also, Eric. I never really got to a super great place with Eric. Like, boomerangs are like the only skill that I like using on him. Or the only weapon I like using on him. Everything else was just okay. Like, yeah, you could set up daggers to do like a quadrillion damage on a hit, but it takes like 3 to 4 turns. So, and in that time, you could have done about the same or more damage with another character just hitting every turn. So that never really felt worth it to set up that much. There was no single anti-CC ability, that is true. There was no Isuna equivalent, which wasn't too bad, because I'd never felt like the enemies were like using that many statuses that often. They got thrown out every once in a while, but they weren't like ubiquitous and everywhere, and they weren't doing it every turn, which would have necessitated something like Isuna. And there were enough people who had specific counters for stuff that it wasn't a matter. It wasn't a huge deal. And also a lot of stuff you could just fight through. Like, poison is not huge in this game. It's pretty easy to just power through. Yeah, the Black Serpent was the worst offender, because he had a turn skip by knocking people over, and he had paralysis that he used like 3 times a turn. So like you were almost guaranteed to get at least one of those effects thrown at your party. That one was too much. That was the only boss fight in the game where I was like, alright, you need to relax. This needed to be tuned back. There's way too many effects being thrown at me that just let me not play. Or make me unable to play. But yeah, he was really the only boss that I struggled on. I think every other boss we either first tried, I think he was the only one we wiped on. Aside from some of the side content in Act 3. No, I did not get an entire party killed by a single thwack. That never happened. The most we had die at once was two people. Well, I didn't get that unlucky, thank God. But yeah, I think everyone else's skill tree was good. I think it was just like Eric and Sylvando. And then Jade and Rab with their claw trees were not good. Everyone else was like pretty damn effective. Like right from the get-go. And even by the end, like Eric was still doing decent damage with Double Down and Divide. Still like half the amount of damage that Jade was doing, which wasn't great, but you know, he was putting in work. That's true. They also do give you the ability to equip accessories that can give you a bunch of defense from statuses, like fairly early on. So like if I really needed to, I could have just crafted all that stuff and then gone through that fight, which, you know, would have worked. I'm of the opinion that if you're going to throw something at the player for the first time, they should have the things they need to deal with that fight before reaching that fight. Because I reject boss design that assumes prior knowledge of that boss. Really not a fan of that. And that boss was really the only one that was an issue with. I feel like Thief and Minstrel classes are either more early game or utility focused. They never felt good to use generally in any DQ game I've played. Really? I guess at this point they're just like, they are what they are, so we're not going to change them. Alright. And that's, you know, this is a game that is set a lot by tradition. You know, it does a lot of things because it's traditionally done a certain way, so I kind of get it. But I do think that they could be better. Also, Insulatal not protecting against Burning Breath paralysis is bullshit. Yeah. I feel like Insulate as a spell is a little too specific. Even as, you know, as a base description, it's a pretty specific spell, but the fact that it doesn't work for something literally called Burning Breath is like, come on. That should have been obvious that it should have negated that, but whatever. So yeah, there's some things that were keeping it from a 10 out of 10, but they were all pretty minor. So I still give it like an easy 9 out of 10. Really, really just a fucking fantastic game. If people are ever wondering, like, I want to play a classic JRPG, which one should I play? I think this is extremely easy to recommend. There's very little to get frustrated about in this game. It's just a good time from start to finish. The only thing I could see being frustrating is if you don't want to do like anything in Act 3 to prepare for Klasmos and you just want to get Klasmos done with. I could see that being a really, really brutal fight. But they make it pretty clear that like, hey, you need to prepare for this, so that's kind of on the player. It is a time commitment, that is fair. This is not a short game. That would be the biggest disclaimer for sure. All the things that are keeping it from 10 out of 10 are holdovers from previous games? Yeah. And I mean, it's also the question, like, when you get to, like, these sorts of ratings where it's, like, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, a lot of the gripes I have with stuff like that are usually personal and not stuff I consider to be, you know, ineffective design. Or problematic design or anything like that. It's mostly just like, I would have preferred it this way. But, like, someone else could look at it and easily be like, yeah, it's perfect. I would change nothing. So, yeah, all the things from previous games are what built the franchise up to where it currently is. That's also fair. And if you're a fan of previous Dragon Quest games and you have the knowledge of them, you can look at how things work in this game and be like, oh yeah, it's familiar. I know what's up. Might I play this again down the line, but with some draconian quest settings off stream? No, probably not. I don't have any interest in like challenge runs of games. I just play them straight. I did get rid of the Kingdom Hearts question redeem, yes, because no one was using it. I was like, I should get rid of this. If we ever play Kingdom Hearts on stream, I'll probably put that back. But also, if we're playing Kingdom Hearts, I think people can just fucking ask questions and it won't matter. But who knows when I'm doing that, because that's a huge commitment to play all of those games. And who knows when fucking Kingdom Hearts 4 is coming out, since they canceled Missing Link. But anyways. Yeah, what else? Art style I really liked. I mean, it's the classic Akira Toriyama look. Really not much to complain about. Some of the colors, like some of the colors on some of the outfits were really clashing. Toriyama did love, rest in peace, some pretty wacky color combos. And for the most part they worked, but some of them were not great. That's a really minor gripe though. Monster designs were good. Yeah, Gildiga is still a standout for being like genuinely a really rad design. But for the most part, the monster designs are like, yep, classic sort of kooky Toriyama designs. You know, you see a lot of his classic sort of design style in the monster designs. I will say Klasmos was a bit weird. I liked like everything but his face. His face being like a weird baby face was odd. But, like, you look at like the classic dragon and it's like, yep, that's right out of Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball. And you see like little guys like these and it's like, oh, these are cute. You know, stuff that is like simple enough that you could draw just by memory, like freehand, and people would be able to recognize it. Like, that's really solid design. The silhouettes are all like very deliberate and very unique. Baby face shaming. I mean, I don't like kids, I don't care. But yeah, Klasmos was really the only one that I was like, I feel like for a final boss, this could have been more impressive. I liked everything but his head. Oh wait. What about the NPCs? Are they good and varied enough in shape and personality? For NPCs, I think the important ones were, for sure. Like, for all the party members, like, I think they're all good and varied. Like, they're all... I mean, they're all different shapes, right? So even from, like, that perspective, it's very easy to differentiate them. Like, even if you just had, like, silhouettes, like, if you drew stick figures of the entire party of Dragon Quest XI, you'd be able to tell them apart with, like, one character detail for each figure. So that was very solid. And as far as the other NPCs, I think, like, the named ones are generally easy to tell apart. Some of the side characters are a little less clear. Like, you know, Noah or Moni or any of those guys, where they're just like a random NPC model that they just gave a name to and they were like, good enough. You know, kind of hard to tell those guys apart. But yeah, I think the NPC variety was there where they needed it. And Dave being the pink model of an MMA fighter, I mean, yeah, that's fine. Dave's not a huge character. He's voiced in like a handful of cutscenes, but otherwise doesn't really matter to the plot, you know? So, and he's recognizable, right? You see the, you know, the sort of barbarian fit, and then you see a pink one, and you're like, oh, that's Dave. We know that guy. So, yeah, and I mean, the environments, I think the environments are pretty varied. They're, I mean, the ones in, like, the sort of a similar biome get a little samey, but, you know, when you're sort of limited on the textures and assets you can use for a pretty large JRPG, there's only so much you can do. And I think they still did a pretty good job of being, like, you know, recognizable areas once you're in them, of like, oh, okay, I know where I am. I know where this is on the map. Like, that was good. As far as music, I did like the music. I didn't like it as much as, like, any of the Final Fantasy games that I really enjoyed. I think Final Fantasy still reigns supreme on, like, the soundtrack sort of rating. But a lot of this is, like, classic JRPG music, right? Like, it's that sort of traditional sound. So I don't really give it too hard a time for that, because, like, they have a very specific sound they want to go for. And it's recognizable, so I just wouldn't put it on any, like, playlist, you know what I mean? Champ Sauvage and Heliodor seem samey. I haven't been to Champ Sauvage in so long, I don't remember what it looks like, to be honest. Classic fantasy orchestra sounding ass. I wouldn't even say it's, like, generic fantasy either. Yeah, I would say, like, even the Champ Sauvage, you actually look at it, and it's a lot more rocky. You know what I mean? Like, we were just in Heliodor, and it was mostly just, like, standard, you know, grass, trees, stuff like that. Whereas the Champ Sauvage is a lot more rocky. You got coniferous trees. Like, even this I can tell apart. But yeah, like, I wouldn't say the music for this game is generic. Because it's very clearly, like, Dragon Quest. You know, like a heavy use of brass and horns. You got, like, the military sort of percussion drums in the back. It's an iconic soundscape, but it's yeah, it feels Dragon Quest, but it's not something that I would, like, listen to on my own time, you know? It wouldn't be going on a playlist like some of the Final Fantasy tracks would. But that's why Nobuo Uematsu is the GOAT. He was built different. Yeah, boss fight music and battle music were, like, fine. Like, if I get into battle here. Like, I can remember what it sounds like. You know, if I heard it, I would be like, oh, that's Dragon Quest. Or Dragon Quest 11.
And stay down.
And the boss fight music as well, I would probably be able to recognize. But, like, there wasn't a lot of variety there. The boss fight music was the boss fight music, which is fair. That's usually how JRPGs go. That's how Final Fantasy is most of the time. And the final boss got, like, unique music, and the one in Act 2 and in Act 3. So, yeah. Do you remember it because you like it, or just because you were in so many fights over 100 hours? Probably because I was in so many fights. But it definitely has a sound that I can remember, right? Because it's got, you know, it's got the same sort of thing that FF7 has, right? Where it's got like those first few notes where you're like, ba, 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 that you can always hear in your head because it's the first big notes of the track. Same thing with this, right? Where you got that, burr, 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 burr. You know? Like, I remember it better than I do the battle music in FF9. Right, that FF9 was, I think, 60 hours to go through, so less than this game, but still very long. And I would probably listen to it if I heard it, but I couldn't tell you off the top of my head what it sounds like. Whereas like FF7, yeah, I remember that. That's why FF7 is at the top of that list. Yeah, 60 hours for FF9. And, like, the final boss music, like, final boss music for Final Fantasy is in a league of its own, you know? I can think of, you know, One Winged Angel, The Extreme, Zeromus' theme, Dancing Mad, are the other ones I can think of off the top of my head? Cloud of Darkness from FF3, but that's mainly because of 14, using the same track. Castle Figaro. I don't know if I could remember any of the specific themes, except for Cyan's theme in FF6. But that's because it gets used in Stormblood a lot. There might be some individual themes that if I really thought about it, I could probably remember for FF. But generally speaking, the stuff I remember the most is like the battle themes and specifically the boss fights. Ultimecia had a theme? Oh yeah, she did. She had 2. I think 3, actually. I think every fight got its own music. She had 3 phases. The Extreme is still my #1 boss fight or final fight theme ever of any game that I've ever played. The Extreme stands alone. I love The Extreme. It's the reason I played 8. I heard The Extreme just like on YouTube for something, I don't know what, and I was like, shit, this slaps. And it made me want to play 8, and then I played 8, and now it's my favorite Final Fantasy game. Not counting 14. But yeah, like this, the music for this was good, but yeah, definitely not something that I would put on a playlist. It's instantly recognizable as Dragon Quest, and that's what they're going for. So, not much to complain about. But also, not something I get excited about. Still good. What else? I really don't know if there's too much else to say. I mean, this game was just like a really, really good time. 100 hours playthrough, and I loved every second of it. There was I don't know if there was genuinely a moment where I was frustrated with anything in this game. Even the quest design was good. Like, knowing where to go for each step of the quest, if I didn't know where to go, I could pretty easily find out by either just checking the current objective in the map. Right? I'm covering it up with my face. Right? Or just going to close to where I need to go and just talking to people. Right? Especially with the ones with, like, the little pink icon on their head, and they would usually just tell you where to go. And if you didn't have that, you also had the queen, the mermaid queen, Marina. She would just give you hints. Like, there was a lot that if you got lost, you could do to figure out where to go next, which is, thank God. Because for a game that doesn't really have, like, a obvious, you know, like a dot on a compass telling you where to go, never getting lost is very good. FF8 the Extreme should play during FF14 Extremes. It is in 14. It's in one of the Savage raids. And in my opinion, the Final Fantasy XIV version of the Extreme is the best version of that song. It's the rendition they do of it for 14 is like the perfect modern rendition. It sounds like it always should have. It's really good. Which boss it is? It's the Savage version of the final boss of the Eden raids in Shadowbringers. Which makes sense because there's a lot of FF8 references in that. Without spoilers. Yeah, you haven't played any other FFs. I mean, neither did I when I first went through it. That was the whole reason I started playing other FF games, was because I was like, 14 slaps. I wonder what the games are that they referenced and if they're good. And then I played FF4 and I was like, this was super fun. Let's play FF7 next. And then I did, and FF7 was super fun, and I just fucking kept going. And then I played them all. It was a great time. Yeah, and everyone who watched played them all through me. So you all get the references now. Yeah, what else is there to say about this game, honestly? It's, I don't really have too much else to say. There's very few critiques I can make about it. It's just a fantastically fun game. Very, very solid. Definitely do not regret. Quite the opposite. Would recommend. It is funny that it took me over 20 parts to figure out that I could zoom from the map menu. Still upset about that. God damn it. Side quest design could have been worked on. The pet power and the rare monster quests were harsh. Yeah, I mean, I never really factor in the side quests when it comes to my overall ratings, because those are optional. You don't have to do them. They're just there for the people who like it. So I never let those factor in too much personally, but I do agree, yeah, some of the side quests were not great. They kind of relied on just a lot of RNG to line up properly, which is sort of boring. Because yeah, the FF16 had terrible side quests, but I didn't let that factor into the rating because I just didn't do them, because you didn't need to. Even though there were some things behind the side quests in FF16 that shouldn't have been. There's a chocobo you could get that I just never did. But anyways. Yeah, I mean, like, all the boss fights were good. The boss fights didn't feel unfair. They had their own unique mechanics that weren't too hard to deal with. They didn't subvert expectations when it came to mechanics. That's actually something big that I should mention. Because it didn't pull anything like FF10, where, like, it punished you for being strategic. It also didn't, like, anytime you were engaging with mechanics with the boss, if something was unique and special, it was clear that it was unique and special, right? Of just like, hey, this boss is doing this one thing that you can't do and is totally new. It didn't try to do like, yeah, it's poisoning you, but poison has like a weird rider effect this time that does something that you don't expect, or anything like that. It respected the player's knowledge of mechanics, which is very, very good. The only thing I will mention, probably my single biggest criticism when it comes to the combat, it wasn't always clear if something was immune to an effect or if that effect just missed. Because it does have the message of so-and-so monster isn't affected, but it also has the ability to just miss sometimes, and it wasn't consistent if something was immune. That it would say it wasn't affected. Sometimes it would miss. And that, I think, is a mistake. That is something that many other JRPGs have made the mistake of. Final Fantasy is especially bad for that. But I still think that could have been better handled. Of being like, hey, stop trying to spam this thing. It's never gonna hit. That's really my only complaint there. Because that bothers me in every RPG we play. Always annoys me. Just have a thing that says immune when you try to hit a monster with something that it's immune to. Just say, immune. That's all you have to do. Don't try to get cute with it. Don't make it miss. Annoys the shit out of me. Hopefully they'll change that one day. Hopefully RPGs finally clue in that that is not fun design. Although it's been this way for a long time, so I don't know, maybe I'm just the only one who cares. I don't know. Yeah. Not much else to say. What a great time. I'm almost sad we're putting it down, but we are 100 hours deep to this game, so I think it's time to stop. But we are going to be starting Chrono Trigger after this, which is another classic RPG, another Toriyama game as well. We're still playing Toriyama or games that Toriyama designed characters for, which will be very, very fun. I'm excited to play Chrono Trigger, even though I've already watched a playthrough and I know some of the stuff that happens. I'm still very excited. But in the meantime, we're going to end the recording here because I think we're going to play a little bit of some Monster Hunter just to take up the rest of the time and stream. And yeah, so YouTube, you've made it this far, all the way to the end. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon for some Chrono Trigger, or whatever else is that you watch next. Bye-bye.